Good morning. Today we look at the prototype implementation of our P2P messaging that's ideal for business communication since all data are stored in the blockchain. It is very simple and very straightforward to use, just like an email system. So let's try to take a look at the demonstration. So in our prototype application, we now have the messages. So let's look at that. So we have three tabs. We have the inbox. This will contain all the incoming messages. We also have the outbox. This will contain all the outgoing or messages that you send. And we also have all, which will basically show all the messages that you receive and you send combined together. So it's very straightforward. If we wanted to compose a new message, we will click on the new message icon and then we will choose a recipient. So for example, on the left side, this is the Android phone representing Bobby. On the right side this is an iOS phone representing Alex. So if we want to send a message to Bobby, first we will choose Bobby as the recipient for the message. And then just like an email system, we type the subject and then you can compose your message. Now take note, we have the option that we can, when we are sending the message, we're actually have the option to actually attach a GIF. You can specify the amount here, but for the first message, let's just send it like a plain message without the GIF. So we will do the sending now. Okay, so message has been successful. Now if you go to the outbox, it can show you the message that you sent. Now, we use a convention on how to identify the message. So if you will notice, there's a red arrow icon. The arrow actually means if it's actually pointing upwards, this is a message that you sent. If it is pointing downward, that means this is the message that you receive. So let's open the message for Bobby. And you can see that it's pointing downward because Bobby is the recipient. While on the outbox of Alex, you can see that it's pointing upward because this is for outgoing message. Now we use also a color coding system. Red means the message has not been read by the recipient yet. Blue means the message has already been read. But for this presentation, let's try to send another one, just to create a distinction between a plain message and a message with a GIF. So let's try to send another one. Okay, but this time we will specify a gift of 10. So let's try to send this message. Now it's successful. Now you will notice that for the messages that you sent that has a GIF attachment, you can see that there's a gift icon on the right side. This is to identify that the message has a gift attachment. Basically, you can view the message by simply clicking on the message. For example, in this case, the recipient can just click on the first message and it will show you the message content. And one very important to note here is that once you have read the message, it changed the color to blue. That means the message has been read, and the same as for the sender, he gets notified that the message has now been read by the recipient. Now, there's one thing I would like to demonstrate first is since this is a business messaging platform, every message that you send will be charged with certain protection cash. So for example, right now Bobby has a protection cash of 2,000. If he wanted to send a message, let's go to the outbox. Right now it's empty, so let's try to compose a message. First, let's select recipient. Okay. Now we have composed a message and we can send this message to Alex. Okay, so message has been successful and we can verify that it's actually sent, but it's unread. Now, this is a very powerful platform because every messages are actually stored in the blockchain. So we will try to show you that. So if we go to our blockchain explorer, you can see that we have the messages here stored. For example, the daily meetup, the one that we just recently received. You can see that it's stored in the blockchain, the date, and there's actually a fee of 1 protection cash. So let's try to double check on that. So earlier, Bobby has a protection balance of 2,000. So let's check the balance now. And you will notice that balance is now 1,999. So every cent, there will be a protection cash fee of 1 protection cash, but this will be subject for adjustment. So this is only for the demo purpose that we have the rate of 1 protection cash per message. And in the blockchain, you have all the information like who is the recipient, who is the owner or the sender. We also have the status, the message. And one thing to note here is that every time your message has been read, there's also the date that will show you when the message was being read. So you have the date that it was sent, and we also have the date that it was actually being read. Okay, so let's now go back. So let's try to check first. Now here's one thing. Once you actually send the gift, it will not automatically be added to your balance. It will only be activated once you open the message. So for example, like we have here a message coming from Alex that has the gift. We can click on this one and you will notice that you actually receive a gift amounting to 10 protection cash. And then once you have read this message, the balance will be added. So let's double check on that. Now you can see that the new balance is 2009. And together with the message, the platform will also create an asset called gift that is to record the gift that you have sent here. So it creates the message asset. It also creates the gift. This will serve as your receipt, transaction history for all the debits and credits to your account. Okay, so it's very straightforward. Now, one more thing. For example, we wanted to actually do the archiving. If we want to remove this message, in this case, let's say I want to remove this particular message with the gift from the sender side. So all I have to do is just swipe left, and we have the archive option. You can basically cancel by just tapping, or you can basically proceed with the archiving. Okay, so confirm. Okay, so basically it's being removed from there, but if you go to the recipient, it's still there because both the recipient and the sender, they have different status for the messages. Although it's being archived or being removed or being deleted, but in theory, it's not actually physically deleted in the blockchain. It's still there, but there's a status that allows it to be shown or hidden in the archive. So for example, let's see here, you can see that the owner has deleted or archived this message, but the recipient has not deleted yet. That's why if you look at the block UI, you can see that it's still there. But if the recipient also decides to remove this one from the inbox, just swipe left, click on the archive, and then confirm. Okay, so as you can see, it's being removed, and it's also the status has been being updated here, like the owner has deleted or archived this message, and the recipient has deleted or archived this particular message. That's why it's not being shown here. At the same time, we have the third option to actually show all the incoming and outgoing messages all together in one inbox. So you can see the arrow going down and also the arrow going up if you go to the all inbox messages. Now, another feature for the messaging platform is, for example, you perform certain transactions like payment or gift. So, for example, let's say we want to send a gift. Of 25 protection cash. This is for happy birthday. So let's try to send this one. Okay, so this is successful and balance has been deducted. Now for the recipient, he can also go to the messages and he will receive a system notification that the gift has been received coming from the sender, which is Alex. And basically he can open this and he can get the details of the message with the details of the gift and the reference to the transaction number, and as well as the amount of protection cash that has been performed in the transaction. So it contains both the peer-to-peer messaging as well as the system-to-peer message. So this will serve as a central repository for all kind of messages. Okay, so thank you very much, and that's it for the demo for today. Thank you.